Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning Blaque in once again to Authentic Black Goddess TV. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is your second morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live, okay? Hello, Boy Broadway. I see you're Black in the house. C-Stand, AM, Emperor Rex, Judah Queen, James. All right, Pensilola, Glam Diva, Queen Adaya, Sweet Great Mom, Deron Walker. All right, Pearly, I see you. Filma Bell. Lee Harvey's in the house. Terry Hitton is Black. Terry Brown Sugar Melanin is Black. Aeon. All right, Afros and Afro Sheen. Black women stand up. Shout out to you. Cherokee descendant Dale Lawrence. Okay, let's get into it, people. Hello, Rady King, Claudette, Nessie, Asha, Gail, Sonny. Okay, let's get into it, people. One more live after this one. Hello, JB1. All right, so listen to this, people. More nefariousness as usual. I'm sorry I never have any good news, honey. I'm so sorry I never have any good news. I just can't find any, people. I just can't find it. This whole world's going to hell in a handbasket if you ask the Queen. Listen to this. Chicago police follow strong leads in unspeakable slaying of an 8-year-old on the street. So an 8-year-old girl was struck by gunfire directed at another man who was leaving a store on Saturday. All of this senseless gun violence, it's just all so ridiculous. Niggard Negroes, because you know it be Black people sometimes out there shooting up in these gangs and all that, shooting the wrong people and all that, innocent bystanders, even children get killed. I mean, it's these Latino gangs as well doing the same thing. But nevertheless, it's all just so heinous. Now, the child, Melissa Ortega, was shot in the head as she walked with her guardian around 2:45 p.m. on Saturday in the Little Village neighborhood, according to police. The police superintendent, David O'Brown, said it's just unspeakable. And he said this at a news conference Monday, vowing to hold those responsible accountable. He said the shooting happened as known offenders fired gunshots at a 26-year-old man as he left the store, hitting him in the lower back. Melissa was struck by one of those rounds, according to police. Neither she nor her guardian was even the target. Now, Brown said that the investigation was very delicate right now. He declined to verify what evidence that the police have. He said, what we do have are people cooperating with us right now, and we do have very strong leads. Police continue to ask for tips and said a $15,000 reward is now being offered for anything that led to an arrest and conviction. Now, Melissa immigrated with her mother to the U.S. from Mexico 6 months ago. And 3 months ago, they went to Chicago to be closer to family, according to the family statement. They said no mother should have to lose her child in broad daylight. No mother should have to bury her 8-year-old child. That's what the family said in the statement. This is also sad. A little 8-year-old girl murdered because some fools out here shooting wildly. I hope they catch whoever it is and throw them under the prison. And I'm so sick and so tired of people saying they don't snitch. Because the people who claim they don't snitch, they're part of the problem too, with all of this killing and foolishness and gun violence and all this unnecessary menacing that's going on in society, especially in the Black community. These people talk about they don't snitch. First of all, if you're not an active criminal yourself and you're not wanted by the police, then you have no need to be worried about snitching. If you know something, see something, then do something. Otherwise, the next time it could be you or your 8-year-old daughter. I'm just saying, I'm just over it at this point with Niggard Negroes sitting out here knowing people are shooting up the city and the community and the neighborhoods, and nobody wants to say nothing because they're scared. Somebody gonna call them a snitch. Please wake up. All right? Please wake up, Black people. Anyway, now this is really sad. A baby was left alone in a room with her mother's body for 5 days. This happened at a New York homeless shelter, according to a lawsuit. Lawsuit has been filed against the New York City Department of Homeless Services, and some of the claims within it are truly shocking and horrific. So I misread this title because I didn't know the mother was dead. I thought the baby was dead and left in the room with the mother. But anyway, that really wouldn't even make sense. What was I thinking? So anyway, the lawsuit filed by 31-year-old father, Quaran LeBoy, claims that the New York the New York City Department of Housing and Services neglected to care for his 1-year-old baby, Lyric LeBoy, who had been stuck alone in a room only with her deceased mother for 5 days. How is that baby left in a room with a dead woman for 5 days and nobody knew anything? Nobody thought anything strange that the baby had to have been continuously crying because I'm sure it was hungry, needed a diaper change. That's just all so crazy. I know they don't pay attention to people at shelters, but how do you not hear a baby screaming? So sad. Terry said mom died from drug overdose. LeBoy seeks $5 million in damages from the city of New York and the Department of Homeless Services. Well, I can tell you right now, he's not going to get $5 million. I mean, they'll cut him a check, but not $5 million. Now, according to the lawsuit, when mother Shelby Westlake passed away in the East River Family Center on July of 2020, her and her 1-year-old daughter remained alone in that room for 5 whole days. Now, an incident report provided that the homeless shelter alleges that they only found the deceased mother, Shelby Westlake, and her child when someone called building security, reporting a foul odor that had been coming from Westlake's room. I'm just not understanding how they didn't hear the baby crying. The baby had to have been crying continuously. So they say that meant, according to the lawsuit, the baby had already become covered in feces and was in great need of food and water by the time they discovered her with her deceased mother. This is also sad. So they say the incident report from the shelter states that they found the infant only 15 months old at the time on July the 25th under the bed near the mother's body and immediately took her to the hospital to be evaluated. Oh, this is so sad. The last time the mother had signed in was reportedly on July the 19th, 6 days prior to being found. Now, a spokesperson for the shelter says that such specific case details cannot be discussed publicly due to client privacy and confidentiality laws, but they maintain that it had been less than 5 days. Well, the mother's dead, so what are they talking about? Privacy. Meanwhile, the incident is still being investigated according to the shelter. Now, River Family Center is, in order to prevent any similar incidents, now requires same-night wellness checks on all residents who haven't signed the nightly roster. That should have already been a thing. They should have already been having people to do that. And these things would never even have happened in the first place. It always behooves me when something nefarious happens and then they say, oh, we're going to do this to ensure that that never happens again. Why don't you just do it in the first place so that it doesn't happen ever at all? I'm just wondering. So, quote, Ron LeBoy, who is the baby's father, said the tragedy has clearly left an effect on his daughter, claiming that she has developed a lot of separation anxiety. One of LeBoy's attorneys, Seth Harris, said that the baby has been routinely slapping her dad while he's sleeping to make sure he's alive. Now, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I think now the lawyer sounds like he's just doing the most. I don't know. He said the baby continuously slaps the father to make sure he's alive. First of all, I don't know how a baby knows that you can slap somebody to make sure they're alive, or if the babies even think that somebody's dead. I mean, I don't. Anyway, let me continue, honey, because I think the lawyers is doing the most, clearly. Now, LeBoy, who left his job to care for his daughter full time, said that Lyric also often wakes up in the middle of the night kicking and crying for her mother. That's likely true. Physically, he stated that Lyric had been found with awful diaper rash that had still not been completely healed by the point of the interview 6 months later. Wow, that had to be some really bad diaper rash. That is so sad. However, she at least has regained the weight that she had lost during the terrible experience. Overall, her father declares himself to be completely dedicated to his daughter, saying that she is his #1 priority right now. So according to another of LeBoy's attorneys, Allison Keenan, she made a statement that demonstrated beliefs at the heart of the lawsuit. She said, allowing an infant to remain with her dead mother for 5 days unnoticed not only highlights the indifference and lack of humanity shown to those most in need, but exhibits complete malfeasance by the City of New York and Department of Homeless Services. Well, that is true. So anyway, this is all very sad and unfortunate. Very sad and unfortunate. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And now listen to this, people. I have 5 minutes minutes for the next live. So this is the last story on this one. Listen to this. A woman who recorded an alleged racist incident involving ex-Iceman player describes the shock in the arena. So let me show you all this video, because let me just tell y'all what happened. Y'all know how some white folk don't want black people in hockey, just like they don't want black people in tennis, just like they don't want black people in baseball and all the other sports that black people are clearly in and dominating. But anyway, I digress. So some of these non-black hockey players are clearly racist and just haters. I mean, really no need to say both words, because a racist is a hater, right? Same thing. So this person was obviously a hater and a racist. And so there was a black player on the team. And so he walks over to the black person and starts doing his shoulders like this, you know, making monkey sounds or acting like a monkey per se. Now, of course, when he was exposed, because somebody just so happened to be recording on the cell phone, well, he had a whole lot of mayo-splaining to do. So I'm going to show you the video. And you can barely see what he's doing because it's in the distance, but that's what he was doing. And then we're going to hear what he has to say as he mayo-splains his way out of this nefariousness. Okay, everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance. Terry Jones said, our people put hockey on the map. Yes, we did. Absolutely, that is what we did. Okay, what didn't we put on the map? I'm just saying, right?
For the first time, News4 Jack speaks with a woman who recorded this video of a hockey fight that has put Jacksonville in headlines across the country. She says she thought at first it was a typical hockey fight, but now it has turned into a debate about the role of race in the sport.
Yeah, the video shows an Iceman player gesturing at an opposing player who is black and who complains the gesture was racist. News4 Jack's reporter Ann Maxwell spoke with a woman whose video has gone viral, and she's joining us now live. Ann.
Mary Tom, it all began Saturday night here at the ViStar Memorial Arena on the ice. The player who made the gesture has apologized and says it wasn't meant to be racist. The player on the receiving end of that gesture, however, has a different take. And the woman who recorded it all says she agrees with him. Jacksonville Iceman fan Sarah Beardall says she pulled out her phone to film what she thought was just a typical fight on the ice Saturday night.
When it was happening, everybody just kind of thought it was a hockey fight.
She didn't realize something was different until she heard the call on the loudspeaker.
When the referee started announcing the penalties, and then that's when they announced that there was racial misconduct, and it was like you could kind of see in the arena the shock of everybody going, what happened?
Over the PA system, Iceman player Jacob Panetta's misconduct was announced as a racial gesture. He and South Carolina Stingrays player Jordan Subban were both cited for game misconduct and removed from the ice. The gesture is shown briefly in a chaotic video, but when Beardall saw it, she was appalled.
I have a 3-year-old biracial son, and for me, it's something that's a problem.
The Iceman released Panetta the following afternoon.
There was a lot of angry fans, myself included, hearing about it. And I think that as an organizational decision, that if you were going to keep fans and not have most of Jacksonville turn against you, that was the call that needed to be made at the time.
In the video, you can see Panetta puffing out his arms and moving his shoulders up and down as a ref guides Subban the opposite direction. Subban then breaks away and comes back to confront Panetta. Later that night, he tweeted, "As I began to turn my back, he started making monkey gestures at me, so I punched him in the face multiple times."
We're talking in a heat.
Panetta put out a statement saying the incident was a misunderstanding.
When the linesman was between us, I said to him, "You're only tough once the refs get involved." And I did a tough guy bodybuilder-like gesture towards him. I've made the same bodybuilder gesture to non-racialized players a number of times when there have been on-ice confrontations.
He said he didn't make any racist slurs or noises during the confrontation and apologized for the hurt he had caused. Since last year, at least 2 professional hockey players have been suspended from games for making racist taunts. At a press conference Sunday, Jordan Subban's brother, professional hockey player PK Subban, said, "This is life for us, and that's what is sad. This is life for people who look like me, who have gone through the game of hockey." Beardall says even if Panetta's gesture wasn't meant to cause harm, it still did. And Panetta also said in his apology that he needs to and will learn from this. A spokesperson with the Icemen said they can't comment right now because the Hockey League is still investigating this incident.
Miss me with it. He said that he was making a tough guy gesture. No, he was acting like he was a monkey. That's what he was doing. And then he told the black guy, you're only tough once the coaches come. Well, honey, from the looks of that black eye that you have on your face, he was a whole lot tough whether the coach came or not, the referee came or not. Okay? He said he punched him in the face numerous times, and we can see from that shiner that he clearly has that he got hit in the face. So let that be a lesson to him, and talk about he's going to learn from it. You're not going to learn from your racism. You're not going to learn from acting like a monkey, which is clearly what he is, not the black player. But at the end of the day, what he's going to learn from is that black eye that he has. Okay? All right. Boy Broadway says, I can't accept any more apologies. I'm apologized out. Exactly. And they don't mean it anyway. When these racist devils go out here and do racist things and say racist things to black people, they're not sorry. They're only sorry they got exposed and that now people know the true colors of them. Because they have many of black people that be around them at work, school, or whatever, college, and they have them fooled. That's the only thing they're sorry about. They are never sorry for being the racist piece of shite that they are. Just the haters. That's just it. Okay, Terry said, and thought he was going to get away with that bullshit. Exactly. Okay, James says they all going to learn. They all going to learn today. Hell no, they ain't sorry. Absolutely not. So I don't accept no apologies. Miss me with it. You're a whole racist hater, and that's just what you are. And you are mad at the black guy because he probably plays hockey a whole lot better than him. Just hating. And they do that all the time in hockey, just so you all know. You all know how that is with black people in sports when you dominate. Just like when Venus and Serena first took over the tennis courts. And y'all remember, what is that white girl's name who put the fake boobs and the fake butt and marched out on the tennis field a few years ago trying to imitate Serena Williams? Honey, let me tell you something. She did that trying to be funny and racist. But in real life, in the reality of it all, she wishes she was stacked to the deck like a brick house like Serena Williams. That's why Becky did that, because Becky really wishes that she had all of that stuff that Serena got. She's a whole hater, honey. That's what it is. Jealous ass Neanderthal, says Terry Hidden. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that all being said, and let me tell you something. At the end of the day, that black player punched him in his face, and that's good for him. But I wouldn't have punched him in his face. I would have just called him a Neanderthal, because that would have hurt him a whole lot worse than those punches, because that's a scientific fact. I'm just saying. So with that all being said, everyone please like and share. Otis says, what's that white Jim Brown lacrosse quote? My God, they gave him a stick. Otis, cut it out. Well, that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAMadashAkur. Also, please follow the QueenAMadashAkur fan page. You can find me on Twitter at TheGoddess27. All right, I hope to see you all in the next chat. I'm going live on the original Queen Amadashahkur channel right now as we speak. All right, peace.